Today we are going to build something really cool in Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's going to be a massive three-way carnivore stadium, as you can see. And now let's talk about how we got there. So let's get things started. Alrighty, so welcome to the time-lapse voiceover of our Jurassic World Evolution 2 build today back in Jurassic Park 2003. Just as a little tiny reminder, this is my series in which we imagine that Jurassic Park would have survived and is actually celebrating its 10-year anniversary. And we are building in the recently added modern part of Jurassic Park, which is going to be kind of, connected to Jurassic World architectural style, but imaginative. It's kind of a, Jurassic Park modern, it's not Jurassic World. Anyways, today we are building a three-way stadium. It's three-way because we have three different entrances which houses each different carnivore species. The idea about this is not for fighting, but it's actually meant to be like feeding and stuff like that happening in the stadium. So you could open different gates and then the carnivores can roam in, and each of those carnivores have a dedicated backstage habitat in which they can live a bit more secure from the people, learning from all the mistakes that could have happened in the past. 10 years of experience might have made them a little bit more careful when it comes to housing those nasty carnivores. So this is what we're doing over here. So celebrating really the stadium in which you can have a look on them. And the stadium is going to be very, very themed. So really theme park-ish. And I'm using some tricks over here that you guys potentially haven't seen. Now, you all know the trick that you use the water and lakes in order to make these viewing galleries very close to the border of the terrain, and then you are able to have the underground viewing, underwater viewing, as like a viewing for the stadium, for example. I kind of kept trying around if there's anything else we could do, and I came up with the gate, to use the gate as like a little bit of a terrain tool. As you can see, putting down the gate means that the terrain is not going to conform anymore where the gate is. So you can actually even build like tiered buildings, as you can see over here, putting things on top of each other and using other buildings to hide the gaps and stuff. And this is basically what I did over here. It was a lot of trial and error, as you can see, trying to bring in here the control center in the corner, because again, this stadium is meant to be something really massive and cool, and I really hope that this is going to be looking really cool. Oh my god, sorry, I just for whatever reason stopped the recording here. So sorry for that little cut. But yeah, I tried to make this also looking really cool for you as like something really cool to look at as a cinematic thing, I guess, in the video. And I'm even thinking about uploading this to Nexus at the end so everyone can have a look in these parks. I really wish that Frontier by themselves are opening up so that we can at least share some save files and stuff in parks or whatnot. I know it's kind of difficult because you always need to have your save game with it, and this makes things a little bit more complicated. So really, this is another good reason for why I hope that Frontier at some point in the future might open up the sandbox mode and completely freeze this from the game's progress. Because honestly, this game, with all the mods and also with all the in-game tools that came with Jurassic World Evolution 2, can be a lot more creative and, shareable for people. And it would be so cool if Frontier could give us a bit more of a potential to do exactly this and share stuff together. I think one of the biggest wins of Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo is that we have the Steam Workshop to share our experiences and the hard work that went into parks. And it's a bit of a nasty thing that we have to always go and use this workaround with Nexus mods and stuff. So yeah, I would love to see that in the future. Here you can see I'm deleting basically all the gates now to free this area from all the gates and make it look good. And the cool bit is when you delete them, the terrain is not going to slip back in or whatnot. It stays always the same. So you can see I cleaned this all off and it looks really cool in the end. It looks really nice and also really clean, and it really makes a lot of sense to have it that way. And I'm still trying to use many of the other tools to, for example, the rocks and stuff to cover some nasty corners up and some areas that are eventually broken. So you will have some terrain slips and stuff here and there. So you can't, you can get this 100% perfect, but it's really, really, really hard because it's always trial and error. But I figured at some point I just really made it. It really looked good. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with with it, and I'm going to just hide these little bits here and there. Yeah, putting a lot of elements in here. As I said, this is going to be the show area, so we will have some feeding experiences in here for the dinosaurs. We've got a fish feeder, we've got a goat feeder, we've got a normal meat feeder, so everything they can imagine. We've got the water in the middle, like this is the only pond in which they hopefully will go over. And here you can see this is the mod I was talking about. It's just recently added to the game, and it gives you access to almost every kind of plant you can imagine. I'm not entirely sure if this is taken from Planet Zoo. I recognize at least 50% of the plants as being exactly the same model as in Planet Zoo. However, there are also a lot of different ones I don't really know. I almost have the feeling that these are all individual plants from the different brushes we have in the game, and then just put into and mixed with maybe some added I don't know, added foliage that they found in the code or somewhere. I don't know, because there are a couple of things that I do recognize from the different brushes in this game. For example, this weird kind of aquatic palm tree thing, which looks a bit more like a mangrove, but it isn't. So yeah, it just kind of looks that way. But this is a game breaker for me. This is a really big step ahead. It's a positive game breaker, if you will. This is really getting me back into building more in Jurassic World Evolution 2 now. I kind of had the feeling to maybe take it a bit slower until the next DLC comes over or whatever. But with this, I can finally do a lot more of these intricate and very detailed build and really focus on one habitat each. So yeah, you can expect me to do some really, really detailed and themed desert habitats or jungle or mangrove or swamp habitats next, because that is really what you can do now, and I'm more than happy that this works. So it's really, really dang cool that they added this. Yeah, again, I feel a bit sorry for Frontier, because no matter how many plants they eventually will add as a decorative item, I think they will never be able to come over 500 plus items. So that's a bit of a nasty thing, and I really still hope that Frontier is going to add a lot more foliage, especially for the console players, because as we all know, they can't enjoy the mods as we can do on computer. So I'm really still hoping they improve in the normal game as well, because it's just needed. It's just definitely needed. But at this point, I think, you know, I just can't let go. I just can't let this slip. I need to do this. I need to play with all these things, because you know how much I love these individual pieces. And it almost feels like exactly this is what we were missing to make this game a huge step ahead of the previous one. And for me personally, it exactly feels this way now. So I really hope you guys feel the same. We are almost at the end of the time lapse already, because I had a good go on it. It was a lot of fun. You've maybe seen one or two cuts in between, because I cut out a lot of trial and error, so to not bother you with this. Making a little planter over here, and this is exactly what I meant. This is giving us the chance to finally do what we wanted to do, and this is building like planters and stuff, and making it look more like a theme park, you know. I'm really happy with this. I'm really, really happy with this. Hope you guys are too. And now it's time to jump over into the real-time part and have a look how this actually looks with some dinosaurs in, you know, and look how the preview actually turns into the actual build. So hope you enjoyed the voiceover, and now we see each other with the real-time Rudi. Alright, so here we are in the finished build, and I'm more than happy to show you the somewhat finished result of this build. I did a couple of things off screen. As you can see, there are some dinosaurs in finally, and we also have the finished area. Let me just fly up a little bit so you can see this way from above. So this is the overall build, and I think it's kind of cool. The way it ended up looking is really the one I wanted. So we have basically the one side coming in from here, we've got another side coming in from here, and there's a last bit that comes in from here. So all three dinosaurs, well, technically could go into their own area. Unfortunately, we don't have really the chance to give them like a proper, you know, gating and stuff, like to, you know, open and close the gates. I mean, apparently we could do so, and then we always have to wait until they're back and so on and so forth, you know. That would work, but I just kept this open because we have no fights actually enabled anyways, and since I'm not really playing skiing, you know, that still works. But yeah, I'm extremely happy with how this all turned out. I have a certain idea what we could do over here. I want to quickly talk about this build, and I want to see Sandbox settings. Let's go to day and night circle. Let's first of all go to day, so I can change this afterwards again. So this is now daytime view. Yeah, the lighting is kind of shitty, to be honest. Kind of shitty over here. I want this to be really in a proper light. So this is why we're going to now say day and night circle, and we go to the shortest of 10, no, that's 10 minutes, apply. I really want to have like a slider, you know, that I can actually do nice stuff with it. So let's go into capture mode and hit G, and now we're just going to wait until the sun is in a position that we can appreciate, while we can see how the dinosaurs roam through here. Like with these wonderful mods of trees and stuff, you almost have like control over their pathing, because they most likely only go where they have space, and you can see that there is not really that much space for them, since they all have like a bit of a hitbox. Going to show you in a second. Really looking to make this all approachable for them, because like there's some food, there's a feeder. I'm not really sure if they can even use this. But yeah, so look at that. Now the lighting is becoming a lot better with the sun turning around like this. I really do like this in this way. Like, look at that. We can quickly pause the game over here and fly down. Look at that. This looks a lot better now with the lighting actually being in here quite nicely. Look at this. That really cool. Like with the cool background and stuff. I really do like this. I really do like how this all comes together in a way that this looks really like a little arena, you know, like a stadium section. You've got the underground viewing and stuff. We can actually, you know what, shall we just quickly test this? Let me just go out here and hit play. And I want to go show view, and then I lower the stand. It's so cool that actually works. Look at that. Can I also go? No, okay. I thought I could. Dang it. I thought I could go into, but it looks kind of cool that the stand goes down then. And let me just go into the view now. Oops. Oh, there's still a gate in here. I haven't deleted. And it's actually also funny that you don't really see it, because it has this water shader in front of it. But it's really cool that it works. Like, I mean, it really was super challenging to build, but in a way also pretty fun. Like with these different layers now, this all looks so much cooler and so much better, and I'm a big fan of how this all turned out. Anyhow, guys, this should be it from today's build, and this is the second last build of our Jurassic Park 2003 series. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and again, just as a reminder, if you've got a story from your visit of Jurassic Park in all these 10 years, let me know in the comments down below. I like these kind of fictional stories, so please share them with me in the comments if you fancy doing so. And also, if you like the content and want to see more than that, and like tutorials and stuff in the future, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That helps me out, helps you out, helps everyone. It's like a win-win for everyone. How cool is that? And now, enjoy your day, stay safe everyone. I talk to you in the next one. Have a good time, and goodbye.